Caitlin Clark needs to do something to stop all this when it is very clear this is a one-sided beef.
This is a fake one-sided rivalry. We got Angel Reese taking more shots at Caitlin Clark unnecessarily.
Angel Reese is known for stealing the spotlight, but this time, it totally backfired. With Caitlin Clark out of the All Star Game, the hype vanished. Fans were let down, and ticket prices crashed from $262 to just $64. But Angel saw an opportunity. In the middle of the chaos, she decided to flip the script and launch her own shoe campaign. Then, to top it off, she posted a bold promo on her Instagram, grabbing attention once again.
Angel Reese, I'm in your city. Walk in your trap, take over your trap.
Fans saw it as a direct shot at Clark, and they definitely weren't happy.
Having a great time partying, we see all the clips. Why can't you just do your thing? Why can't you just do your thing?
So, what really went down at the All Star Game, and how did one moment flip the crowd on Angel Reese? Let's break it down. Reese is no stranger to making headlines, especially with her ongoing rivalry with Caitlin Clark. But during All-Star Weekend, she stirred things up in a way fans didn't see coming. With a major endorsement deal from Reebok, Angel used the All-Star spotlight to launch a bold new campaign, and it sparked instant controversy.
To promote her upcoming shoe line, the Angel Reese 1.
Angel Reese used the All-Star spotlight to promote her upcoming shoe line, the Angel Reese 1. She unveiled bold colorways, including a bright pink, Me Bounds edition, hoping to ride the weekend buzz to boost her brand. On paper, the strategy made sense, but in reality it fell flat. Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest star, was out with an injury, and fans were already disappointed. They came for Clark, not for flashy marketing from her rival. But the real backlash didn't start until fans saw what Angel posted online. On Instagram, she wrote, "I'm in your city," followed by the phrase, "Walk in your trap. Take over your trap." She repeated that message throughout All-Star Weekend, tying it directly into her Reebok campaign. What was meant to feel like a power move came off as petty to many fans, who saw it as a swipe at Clark, especially given the timing of her absence.
It is what it is. This is a Reebok thing. But like the caption, everything about it, 100% is trying to promote this rivalry.
But fans didn't see it that way. They weren't expecting that kind of energy, especially not at an event already missing its biggest star. That's why they didn't take Angel Reese's post lightly. To many, it felt like unnecessary rivalry drama dropped at the worst possible time. Critics called her opportunistic, tone-deaf, and completely out of touch with the moment. One user even wrote, "Reese the biggest clown in the WNBA." But among all the backlash, one phrase kept surfacing: she's not Caitlin Clark. The All-Star Game was already struggling without its main attraction. Caitlin's absence left a major void. After all, she led all players and fan votes, was named a team captain, and the event was being held in Indianapolis, the very city she plays for. The entire weekend was built around her. But just days before tip-off, Clark was ruled out due to a groin injury. That single update shifted the tone of the weekend entirely. Without Caitlin, the buzz was gone. And instead of excitement, All-Star Weekend was overshadowed by frustration and controversy.
Clark announced today that she will miss both the three-point contest and the WNBA All Star Game this upcoming weekend in Indiana after re-aggravating a groin injury.
Fans had already booked flights, hotels, and tickets, all in hopes of seeing Caitlin Clark play. But once her withdrawal became official, interest plummeted. Ticket prices dropped nearly 50%, falling from $121 to just $64, a steep decline from the record-setting $262 peak for WNBA All Star Game seats.
The tickets for this game, for this All Star game, they've dropped by 50%. The ticket prices. The demand fell off a cliff.
Caitlin Clark still showed up to support her team from the sidelines, coaching, cheering, and staying engaged. But let's be real, it just wasn't the same. Her image filled the arena, on posters, banners, and video screens. But the energy she brings on the court was missing. Analysts like Skip Bayless noted that while stars like Angel Reese, Aya Wilson, and Paige Bueckers tried to fill the gap, none could replicate Clark's natural draw. Sponsors, merchandise booths, and promotional tie-ins all felt the impact. Many of those campaigns were centered around Clark, and without her playing, the buzz and the payoff just wasn't there.
Look, they found some random.
Angel Reese has never been one to shy away from bold moves, but during this year's WNBA All Star Weekend, one decision flipped the script, and not in her favor. In a moment already clouded by disappointment over Caitlin Clark's injury, Angel stepped in with a message that fans weren't ready to hear. Let's rewind. Caitlin Clark had been the centerpiece of the All Star hype. She led all players and fan votes, was named a team captain, and the event was set in Indianapolis, the very city she represents for the Indiana Fever. Everything was built around her. Fans booked hotels, flights, and tickets hoping to see her in action. But just days before the event, Clark was ruled out due to a groin injury, and the ripple effect was instant. Ticket prices dropped from $121 to just $64, nearly a 50% decline. That was a sharp contrast from the $262 peak, the highest ever for a WNBA All Star game. Clark still showed up on the sidelines, coaching and cheering, doing her best to stay involved. Her face was everywhere, in banners, promos, and videos, but the energy just wasn't the same. Analysts like Skip Bayless pointed out that even though stars like Aya Wilson, Paige Bueckers, and Angel Reese were there, none of them could recreate the buzz Clark naturally brings. And when the central figure of the weekend wasn't playing, everything, from sponsorships to merchandise, took a hit. That's where Angel Reese came in. She used the All-Star Spotlight to launch her new shoe line, the Angel Reese One, complete with flashy colorways like the Me Bounds edition. On paper, it was a smart move. But the timing? Not so much. Reese posted captions like, "I'm in your city," and followed it with, "Walk in your trap. Take over your trap." She doubled down all weekend, using that message to tie into her Reebok partnership. Fans didn't take it lightly. Many felt it was a tone-deaf stunt, especially with Clark already sidelined and the mood around the event noticeably off. What could have been seen as confident branding came off as petty, opportunistic, and forced. The backlash was swift. Social media lit up with criticism, calling Angel out for trying to hijack the moment. One user wrote, "Reese the biggest clown in the WNBA." But the phrase that kept repeating? She's not Caitlin Clark. This rivalry isn't new. It dates back to college when both were rising stars from the elite 2020 recruiting class. Reese began at Maryland, where her team beat Clark's Iowa squad 3 times, including a key win in the 2021 Big Ten tournament. She later transferred to LSU, and that's where the rivalry truly caught fire. In the 2023 NCAA championship, LSU beat Iowa, and Reese delivered the now famous "You can't see me" gesture toward Clark while pointing to her ring finger. The moment went viral. But instead of firing back, Clark stayed composed and even defended Reese, saying it was part of the competitive spirit. Fast forward to 2024, the two met again in the Elite Eight. This time, Clark dropped 41 points and led Iowa to victory in what became the most watched women's college basketball game of all time. Their rivalry followed them into the WNBA. Clark went number 1 overall to Indiana. Reese was drafted 7th by Chicago. Since then, their styles and personas have only grown further apart. Reese has leaned into the spotlight, branding herself as the bold, unapologetic bad girl. Clark, on the other hand, stays away from drama, rarely responding to media bait. So when Clark was sidelined and Reese stepped forward with flashy posts and shoe promos, fans noticed the contrast and made comparisons. Not just in attitude, but in performance. Clark has been putting up close to 17 points and over 8 assists per game, including near triple-doubles. She's running Indiana's offense and creating plays, and when she's absent, the team feels it. Just look at their recent 98-77 loss to New York. Without Clark, the Fever looked disorganized and out of rhythm. She's the engine of the team. Reese, to her credit, has been consistent, averaging 14 rebounds a night, contributing solid scoring, and bringing undeniable energy. No one's questioning her work ethic. But fans are asking, who leads? Who runs the system? Who lifts the entire team's level of play? Clark has also brought the Indiana Fever, and the WNBA itself, into the national spotlight. Her presence alone has led to primetime slots, sold-out arenas, and record-breaking viewership. She's not just the face of a team, she's the face of the league. And that kind of organic stardom is rare. Meanwhile, Reese has worked hard to stay relevant, leveraging moments, making statements, and pushing her brand. But fans are beginning to see the difference between earning the spotlight and forcing it. That's why the backlash this weekend stung. Because trying to claim center stage in someone else's absence doesn't always work. One brutal comment summed up the mood. Poor Angel. She's not as good as Caitlin. She's not as popular. She's not as smart. She's not as happy. And she's eaten up with jealousy. If she wasn't so full of hate, I'd actually feel sorry for her. So, what do you think? Was this just a marketing move that missed the mark? Or a desperate attempt to take over the spotlight? One thing's clear, when fans say, she's no Caitlin Clark. It's more than a comparison. It's a message. Let us know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more.